Hello everyone, this is Robin Dudley House, the Artsy Bohemian, coming to you from my studio in Los Angeles, California. Today's tutorial is kind of going to be a craft along. I know what colors I'm going to use and what theme, which is what I usually like to do. I always try to think of a theme because this is going to be for a junk journal, this page. And I am going to be making a loaded envelope to go in a junk journal. And so I thought I would try to recycle some envelopes, and so this is kind of the beginning. So if you want to craft along with me, you might want to grab some envelopes. If you have coffee dyed junk mail, you can use that, and we'll see how this goes. I'm going to be using this as a base to glue down the envelopes, and my theme are mermaids. These are some images from the Graphics Fairy. So the colors I'm going to be using are, I'm going to be muting things down a little bit. So the basic colors are going to be aqua, this kind of ethereal blue, and maybe some rust colors to imitate seaweed. So here's some rust colored cheesecloth. And so let's just go ahead and start. Also, I'm going to be using old paper from books and some laces probably. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is, I was trying to think about how wide I wanted it, and you know, most times envelopes aren't all the same size, and I kind of like this cut right here. So I think what I'll go ahead and do is I'm just going to cut the flap off, and I'm definitely going to be collaging on all of this so it doesn't look like an envelope out of my from my bills. So there's one. And here's another. I like this flap up here like that. So, and this is a little bit too big, but that's okay. I kind of like them haphazard. And my initial thought was I thought it would be cool to have this as a signature, but I'm going to keep it a little bit more simple than that and just cut this. And then glue this all down. I'm going to use 2, maybe 3 envelopes. I've seen the loaded envelopes, and I think they're so much fun. I don't really know how to make them, but I'm just going to figure it out. We're going to figure it out together. So since I have 2 here, I might stack one on top of the other like this. We'll see. So they're just half of an envelope that I cut. Here. That one's probably going to be covered up with something, and this one. And just keep in mind that most of it's going to be covered because the purpose of the loaded envelopes is that you stuff them with stuff. So this part, the front part, I'm going to make look pretty. Probably I have some of this crepe paper that I dyed a few years ago. Ooh, this looks like it's rusted in there. And all you do, if you want to dye your own crepe paper, is just get some cheap crepe paper from the party store or from the dollar store, immerse it in some tea or coffee, and then take it out really quickly and let it dry overnight. It might take quite a while for it to dry. What I do is I'll just stick it down, and you can wring it out a little bit, but it'll take a while to dry. And I'll just start unraveling it as it dries so that it'll dry quicker. And by, you know, this 4th or 5th day, it's probably pretty well dried out, unless you live in a really dry area. This one Doesn't look like, it looks like it was kind of splotchy, so I will probably take this and kind of crumple it up like this on the front. So kind of looks like something that you would find in the ocean. So I'm going to just do some Mod Podge collage on the envelopes and maybe some lace, and that's it. So they're going to go like this. I will glue these together at some point, but not right now. I might even sew them. So that's the layout that's going to be happening there. Who knows, it might change. We'll see. So you're going to need some Mod Podge and a paintbrush and some water. And I'm just going to start collaging. I'm just going to put this down and then tear it. Keep doing it to the next piece. Just going to do it on the flap here. You can do this with napkins too, that would be kind of neat. I like how it says rain in summer there. Not that it's going to show, but it's the thought. A lot of times when you do collages like this, a lot of it gets covered up, but it will show through at some point. So I have this and this. It's kind of neat that that's that green under there. I might keep that. I'll do this flap. And let's see if I have some other types of paper here. So I have some pattern paper. I like it because it's transparent. So I'm going to just add some of that here. Layer it on top of what we have done. Just tuck that underneath. It's not going to show because this back part is going to be covered because I'm going to be laying it down on a thicker piece of cardstock so that it has, so it's kind of sturdy. So we still have this opening here from when we cut the card, the envelope. So now I'm going to do this one. I'm going to layer some paper here. It's kind of chilly in my studio, so I have the heater on. I just turned it off though. Kind of like that dark line. I don't use a ton of Mod Podge because I like things to dry quickly, so I just use enough that will make the paper stick. And so we have that and that. And I'll do this one. So it'll go like that. I know these things don't look like anything in the beginning. You're like, what is she thinking? But this is just the foundation. It's all going to get covered up at some point. A little bit. So we have this. I'm just done with the Mod Podge. And I'm going to add, excuse me, the crepe paper here on the front. So I think I'm going to cut, kind of like that. Push it down. So I'm just taking, and I just push down the paper on the front so it is a little bit more of a clean cut, because I just added this paper here when I collaged it, just tore it, so I'll put that down. All these layers add some strength to the end product, so it's all good. So I'm just going to take my hot glue gun and kind of make a little ruffle here. Start up here and kind of squish it. And I haven't cut it because I don't know how much I need, so I'm just going to kind of unravel a little bit. like that. So it's starting to come together a little bit. I'm not going to put the ruffle. I might put lace here, but I'm not going to put the ruffle there. It's just too, it'll be too bulky once I'm done, because I plan on putting ephemera inside of the pockets that pertain to the mermaid theme. I also have this really pretty crinkly kind of tulle, and I was thinking it might be kind of fun to add this. We'll see. I'm gonna cut a little bit of this off. I love it. It's I think that's what they call it, crinkle tulle, Tulle, from the fabric store, and I just got it recently, so you could get some if you wanted to. It's in the tulle section. And so I'm not going to add the tulle just yet. I think I might make a flower out of it and maybe make a decoration for the front with the tulle. But I'm just going to cover just a little bit more here. I just might use some of this here. And I'm just going to glue that down. That's just to cover the words that are on there from the junk mail. Just kind of squish it on there. And I'll be right back. I'm going to sew the edges because now I'm going to get ready to start stuffing it. So I'm going to, because this is open here and this one is open on right here. And actually, I'm going to cover that with some paper. Maybe just another piece of the, one of these here. Oops, that's not big enough. Just in case it hampers putting anything inside of the envelope. So that's going to be sewn right here, and this part I will probably sew as well, but I'm going to sew them all together like this. Okay, so I was kind of messing around with some different things I wanted to put inside, and I'll show you what I'm thinking I might do. I'm not exactly sure. I don't like these blues. I'm not a real blue person, and I'm really trying to use them because they have mermaids on them, but sometimes if just things don't feel right and you're not liking it, then don't do it. Even though I took the time to cut all these out, I'm sure I can use them for something else, but I just know from experience I'm not going to use something just because I feel I have to. So I'm not using those for that anyhow. I think I'm going to go more with this old, vintage look like I normally do, in the creams and some tans. And then I'll be introducing some color, some muted greens and blues. So this is one thing I love. I think it's pretty. It's just like kind of a dumb thing, actually. I guess you could use it for a bookmark, but I just like the way they look. They're kind of fun and whimsical. So I just took a popsicle stick, a really big one, and then I put different colors of blues and browns and some green, this bottle green, and just rubbed it on there. I just took this and just rubbed it on to the stick, and then I rubber stamped this image on here. And then I thought this would be pretty if I glued that down and then this down and and I think I might put some laces underneath that. And then this is a let me see if I can focus this. Two women, old-fashioned women at the sea. So that, I thought that was pretty, and it coordinates with the colors that I like. So I just put a piece of a flat back marble on top of it and glued it down, and I'm going to set that in the center. You can get these at Walmart. I mean, not Walmart, Hobby Lobby from here. There's all kinds of really pretty stickers, and you can just use the sticker on its own, you know. So I thought I'd show you that. And I think I'm going to use some sari silk in these pretty colors. I can't help myself. These are the colors I've always loved, so I'm going to just stick with them. And they're still mermaid-ish. So let's see if this will work. It might be a little bit too bulky. If I do something like this, or maybe just do one strand of it, or two. Just kind of stiff. I probably should use something a little bit lightweight. And make a little thing that goes underneath it. I'm just going to go for it. And add a little bit of this really fine netting to go underneath this. And I'm just going to hot glue it down. I might add little bits to it too, but for right now that's all I'm going to do. And then this goes like that. So it just kind of adds another fun little thing to add to the little pockets. And I love these colors, so I felt better about using these colors. Just set that down there. Just hot gluing this to this. And then I'm going to hot glue this down to this. I think I'll add some other lightweight lace. And this is kind of big. Maybe I'll add this. Let me know if you like these colors better. Just not feeling those blues right now. Very difficult for me. I don't really use blue very often at all, actually. I think I might do some of that under there. Like these softer colors. They still look like to me, they still kind of feel like the ocean, just not so blue. I will probably use a little bit of blue at some point, but I think these are going to be the colors that I'm going to lean towards. And I'll probably put some glitter on this. Man, this hot glue is so freaking hot. And burnt my finger off. So I like that. And then I thought that this would be the page that I would glue this down to. So this will be part of the journal that I'm going to be, one of the signatures. And I'm just going to fold this over so it'll be like a flip out on the back side. I added some of this lace because I liked the way it looked underneath, because there's this empty space here. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. I do like these cute little tags, so I will be using those because I think you can see how pretty the colors match with that. And it's all vintage looking. I think if I took these and maybe coffee dyed them, or even added some of this greenish ink to the edges, I might like them. I might wind up doing that still. So I should have left this one open up here, but I didn't. That's okay. So I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 pockets. So that's good. And so then I thought I have some of this gathered lace. I'm going to add that to the crepe paper underneath. And, whoo, man. This, I usually just will make a bunch of this so I have it ready. And I just do it. I don't make it perfect. I don't really like it to look perfect, so. And I'm going to put some pearls there. You know how you can buy these rolls of pearls, the flat back pearls, the cheap little plastic ones. I coffee dyed this so they looked old. And so, again, it's just so that it's ready so whenever I need it, I have it. I literally just dunked it like you would normally dunk, you know, when you're dyeing paper. And that's what I did. And I like the way that looks. I think I'll just use glue for this because I'm tired of burning my fingers. I gotta get some a low temp. Well, I actually have a low temp glue gun. It's just this one, it works so well. And I have some of my coffee dyed lace that I always use in everything. I'm going to just put a little bit of that here. Let that stick down. Liking the colors a lot better on this. And I started making some journaling cards, so I'm not sure if I'm going to use them, but we'll see. I picked that because of the colors, and then I added some of the ruffled lace with some velvet on here. This is from My Porch Prints, this pretty card. It's actually part of a kit, but I just started cutting pieces apart and using them separately. So let's see if this is... oh, I think I might have to glue part of that down in there. But I like this. That's really pretty. And then I think what I'll do is... I have had these stickers forever, and I love these colors here. So there's that really pretty kind of dusty bluish aqua color, and that'll be really pretty, and it says love. But first I'm going to put a tie on here. I think I'll use this one. And this was just coffee dyed, this tag. You know, you can get these tags at Office Depot or and so I'm just gonna stick that down. It's a 3D sticker. It's really pretty. I got it a long time ago. So I'll put that there, like that. And that'll go in one of these pockets. I'm going to put something here. I think I'm going to distress these. I'll be right back. So now I am adding more lace to here because I didn't like how rough it looked, and I did distress the tags a little bit, and I'm going to punch holes in them and then add some lace to those. I did add a little bit of that bottle green, and it looks really pretty, just a really tiny bit, just to pick up some of that really beautiful green in there. And I am adding lace to the edges here. I'm going to do some up here. So this is what we have so far. We have this page with these pockets. So there's a pocket here, a pocket here, a pocket here. And if I was thinking, I would have left this open to leave a pocket up there, but I didn't. Maybe we'll take some of this little lace here. Put that up there. And just glue it down with regular glue. It's the same thing I did kind of with those pockets I made in the last tutorial, or the tutorial before last, I should say. I like that better. And I'm just going to keep doing it down here too. I think I'll add this little guy here. I just like that line. It's like a zigzag. I think I was telling you earlier about how when you collage, a lot of times you might really love something that you've put down and you don't want to cover it, but it'll just make your design look better. Things change and morph into other things, so at least you know it's there. Because we all have a certain vision in our mind of what we want something to look like, and if it doesn't come out the way we wanted it to, you should change it. Just don't get too attached to what you put down first if you don't really like it. So that's better. Coming along here, getting more goodies. I might not do too much more for this particular tutorial, but I think you get the idea. I'm not going to put anything in there yet because it's drying. I don't like this. I'm going to add some lace or something here, right here. So I have these little scraps from some organza. They were actually from the textile bundles that I just put together. Thank you guys for purchasing those. I sold, let's see, 16 in about 8 minutes. They sold out very quickly, and then the last 2 sold out within that hour. So thank you all for your enthusiasm. I'm so excited that you liked them. And they are going out tomorrow for those of you who bought one or 2. So I'm going to put these were just little pieces left over from the organza that I tied some of the bundles with. And it's just like a little triangle. And because this organza just stays in place when you squish it, you can just make these little petals. So don't throw your scraps out. These would be good for snippet rolls too. So I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue there and then squish them down. I'll probably add a button there. And that might act as like a little spot to tuck something in. Maybe I'll put one of these buttons on here. That's good. Down. Looking pretty. I like it. I might put some of these cute little envelopes, but first I'm going to put some, I'm going to use some of that tulle. See how that works. May or may not work. We'll see. It's so lightweight. I bought it to make little angels, but that didn't happen. So I'm just cutting a strip. And it's so lightweight, it doesn't take up a lot of, it doesn't make a lot of bulk for your journal, so. Oh, and that looks cute. It looks kind of like netting for the ocean. So I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to put it here. Might just make like a little rosette up here. I don't know. We'll see here. And then I have, oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to, I don't like that right there. So I was thinking this lace might look good in there. Just might stop me from putting stuff in though. I don't know. Not thrilled with it. Maybe some of this. It'll be okay. It's going to be kind of covered up anyway. I do like the green. You know, it's the natural paper from the envelope. Just shows too much. So, I'm just going to glue that down. some more of this. Like this. It looks, it's kind of cool. These might look kind of cute, these little envelopes. I'm just going to go for it. Sometimes you just got to do stuff just to get it done. But I do like it. I got this cute little envelope ideas from Lori Fusco, Girl on the Ridge, and she just takes a piece of our scrap paper that we always have, and you just fold it. And you can just make a bunch of these. Make little mini envelopes. And they can actually open too. Let's squish some of that down. Yeah, I like that. Looks cute, that little butterfly. So I think I'm going to stop. I think you get the idea. Next time you see this, there might be more stuff in it. Because I think it looks good like it is, but you can always add more, right? So I hope you enjoyed that. And if you're interested in taking an online class with me, there'll be a link below down for my online school. And also I have a great class that has gotten really good reviews. It's my junk journal class, the French Bohemian Traveler's Notebook. And that's a great class for those of you who are beginners, and also for those of you who maybe have some experience. You should probably learn something from that. And this is like something you can put in your next junk journal. I'll see you in the next video.